In 2020, my siblings and I combined our stimulus checks and bought a quadruplex. What'd you do with your check? Come with us as we learn to rehab and market this multifamily building in an abandoned neighborhood. Yeah, we getting it out the mud. Hopefully our entrepreneurial spirit will allow us to Trep Out Da Bando. Oh yeah, G10, we out here. G10 is out here. Day one, land clearing. No rental tools, just hand tools. We just gonna see what we can make happen. It looked like we in the middle of the forest, but really we in the middle of a neighborhood. See, this look like we in the middle of the forest. Look at that.
Facts.
But
it's a building right
there. Yes, and that's ours, ain't it?
Yep.
Okay, so as y'all can see, we got plenty of work to do to get to it. We're gonna assess the property, try to get our vehicles a little bit closer.
Never don't got nothing. He don't got on no arm.
This never come prepared.
He don't got on no
in
face
the bush,
protection.
we do not have all of these. In the bush, all we have is our tools and our hands. That's it. We don't even have a juice in the bush. We don't have juice.
Stupid.
There you have it. It's no juice in the bush. We got our breakfast. We finna get it popping, man. This is the path leading up. We may need to move back these branches to some extent. A lot of this looks like the lawnmower could probably take care of it. It's a cat parking pad. So if we come up the middle, we've got a couple of trees of decent thickness that would need to be cut down. And I believe then we'll have a direct route. But for now, we've got rubble and a lot of different varieties of things blocking our direct path to reach our parking pad and our street. So I think this is step one for today that we're gonna try to fight through and clear some of this out so that we can have an easier path. Nellie's not playing. She's got the lawnmower started. We're about to get this thing going. We started with clearing the street leading up to the property. Nellie on the lawnmower, Nevin using loppers, and myself on the chainsaw. I cut back some branches that were laying in the street so we could drive directly up to the property. There's a pile of rubble that had trees growing up out of it. It's crazy that those trees grew up through the asphalt and the concrete. Once the street was clear, we moved on to the trees close to the building, and it started off fairly easy. We made short work of the right side. Once we got to the left, we slowed down a little bit because there was much more brush, thorns, and cumbersome tree branches. But once we cleared the ground around the stumps, we were in good shape. Nelly showing y'all how to fell a tree and ensure you are directing its path away from the structure. This last tree had a lot of branches and some had grown together, making them harder to cut, but we got it done. And now for the big reveal, walking up to the property now. Whoosh, wide open. We was able to drive the vehicles up a lot closer to the building. Y'all saw us clearing all of those trees. We had to use a multitude of different tools. And now this area here is pretty much our next focus. We were able to locate the transformer that's closest to our building. It's literally like right here in that amount of brush. Interesting little street light over here. Huge difference. Huge difference. There's still a lot of rubble to remove and decide where we're gonna put it, but that's to be determined. Honestly, we were moving quick today and we just wanted to touch the property and see what we could make happen. No major tools rented, just our hand tools and normal yard equipment that we have. And so we ended up cutting down a lot of trees. There's all of these branches and things that we're gonna need to manage later because technically it is sitting on top of our parking pad, which of course you're not gonna be able to tell right now that this is our parking pad, but sitting on the parking pad and even in the street a little bit still. So we still have to make our way around the building. We're able to better assess some of the damage that we can see to the property, the exterior damage to the siding, but it's a huge difference. The backyard is going to be very interesting to try to tackle as well, but I think with the progress that we've made, it's becoming evident that we're definitely going to need heavier equipment, of course, i.e. a brush cutter for sure. Potentially a skid steer to move all the rubble. We could move the rubble on our own with a wheelbarrow, but that's time consuming. So we'll see what we decide to do. And this is going around to the back of the property. There are trees that are leaning towards the building that we're gonna wanna prune back for sure. They also are against the retainer wall, which makes the root system a threat to the retainer wall and the tree itself a threat to the structure. So we're gonna be cutting those back as well. The backyard actually isn't that bad. I think what we'll do is we'll walk this area and just start clearing it by hand first, and then just to remove all the trash and give a clear path for the brush cutter. And we would likely come behind this building to get to this heavily wooded portion over here that is the same. This is the back of that thick brush that's on the left side of the structure. We're at the back of it looking out towards the street at this point. So all right, so that wasn't too bad for a first day's work. We do plan on getting heavier equipment. I'm looking forward to renting that brush cutter to see what it really can do. As y'all can see, just with some hand tools, you can make a huge difference to a property such as this one that has been clearly neglected for years on end, easily 10 years. We're just now starting to peel back the layers. So now that we have almost a good access point to the property, next thing is gonna be demoing out the interior. But first, we got plenty to do with the exterior, just cleaning it up. Stay tuned for the next one, where most likely it'll be day 2. We'll have the brush cutter and we'll be going crazy. We appreciate y'all watching Trep Out Da Bando, where we turn Stimmy Checks to a quadruplex. We want y'all to get active in the comment section. Tell us how you spent your Stimmy check. Trep Out Da Bando is about pouring back into our communities. So don't forget to like, comment, and share this video.